Hi, I'm Just Nyaguse and welcome to the Pitch Perfect Masterclass series. This series is inspired by my upcoming book, Pitch Perfect, The Power of Storytelling in African Startups. Over the years, I've worked with founders across the continent, and one thing has become very, very clear to me. Great pitches aren't just about numbers or slides. They're about stories. Stories that move people, build belief, and open doors. So in each episode, I'll take you through practical lessons, frameworks, and real founder experiences from African startup ecosystem to help you craft stories that resonate with investors, customers, and partners. So whether you're at the idea stage or scaling globally, this masterclass is designed to help you own your voice and sharpen the story that only you can tell. Let's get started. Let me ask you something though. What do you say in a pitch when you don't yet have the revenue, the traction, or even a full product? For most early stage founders, this is the toughest part of fundraising. But here's the truth. At this stage, investors aren't just betting on your numbers. They're betting on you, your story, and your vision. And that's why storytelling can actually matter more than metrics sometimes. Because at the end of the day, early stage investors already know your numbers will be thin. But instead, they're evaluating your belief, your clarity, and your conviction. For example, Flutterwave's early pitch wasn't about billions in transactions. It was about a belief that Africa cannot thrive if payments remain a barrier. That line was simple, bold, and vision driven. So the key insight here is that when you don't have traction, you need a narrative that makes people believe in the future you're building. And why does storytelling build that credibility? It gives you a way to frame the problem and the solution. Storytelling is the only way you can answer these three very pertinent things. Why now? Why this? Why me? For example, when M-Pesa launched, people doubted sending money by phone could ever be safe. But what Safaricom did is they built credibility by telling stories of ordinary Kenyans, farmers, parents, shopkeepers who just needed a secure way to support their families. That story turned skepticism into trust, and M-Pesa became a backbone of daily life and a really, really good story. So storytelling also bridges the gap between logic and emotion. The data tells, but the story sells. So I have a 3-part framework for you for early stage founders. I think these are really 3 important things that you need to always factor in when you're telling us your story. The problem. What is the real pain point that exists? Make it human and not abstract. Number 2 is the vision. Paint a clear, compelling picture of a better future. Number 3, which I think is the most important because at this point, investors back jockeys and not just horses. Why you? The founder fit is very important. Why you? Why your team? Why are you uniquely placed to solve this? So I have an exercise for you. Grab a notebook and in 3 short sentences write down the problem you're solving. Make it very, very specific. The future you're building, make that very vivid. And why you're the one to build it. Make this part personal. Then the next thing, which I think is the best part, read it out loud. That's the foundation of your story. That right there is your investor-ready narrative, even without metrics. So as an early stage founder, don't apologize for not having big numbers yet. Every great company started with a story before it had traction. Your job is to tell that story with clarity, courage, and conviction. And in the next episode, we'll break down the anatomy of a great pitch story step by step. See you there. Bye.